Hello everyone, hopefully you can hear me. A bit late joining on this week. Normally I'm here with minutes to spare, but this week I should jump on just in time. But thanks ever so much for joining this week. We've got a Sweetspot workout this evening. And yeah, if you're new to this, welcome to my evening commute from my living room. Right, I'll read off the session to you. So, tonight we have 5 minutes sweet spot, 2 minutes steady, 2.5 minutes at FTP, 2 minutes steady, and then going into 1 minute 15 at zone 5, 2 minutes steady, 2.5 minutes FTP, 2 minutes steady, and then 5 minutes FTP. Almost like a bit of a pyramid in intensity. Get involved in the comments section. Let's get ourselves warmed up to start off with. So, just spin the legs over for now. Wait a couple of minutes and we'll get the session going. Should all be here on screen as we're going. Try and rotate that so we don't have a reflection on it for you. There we go. A few more people signing in, so we'll just keep our legs spinning, keep warming up, and then I'll hit the session. We're going to start with a 3-minute warm-up, then we're going to go into 5 minutes at sweet spot, 2 minutes recovery, 2.5 minutes at FTP, 2 minutes recovery, and then 1 minute 15 at zone 5, and then work our way back up to the sweet spot effort. It's a bit of a pyramid in intensity, but reducing the time for those efforts. Right, just hang on a few more seconds. Got more and more people joining on as we spin our legs over. Right, as we've had with previous weeks, we've got around half an hour today. Short, sweet, but a lot of intensity packed into that. So just to repeat for those that are joining in, we've got a sweet spot FTP and zone 5. Workout today, all in one. Bit of a pyramid session, so we're starting off with 5 minutes at sweet spot, then we go 2.5 minutes FTP, and then 1 minute and 15 seconds at zone 5, and then back up 2.5 minutes FTP, 5 minutes at sweet spot, with recoveries in between, don't worry, 2 minutes recovery between each of those. Right, let's get this underway. That'll play. Fancy update going on. All right, there we go. Okay, so 3 minutes, just nice and steady, just continue what you're doing. Nice steady effort level, 2 to 4 out of 10. Keep the cadence nice and high, around 100 RPM if you can. Just get the blood flowing. Blood pumping. As always, get involved in the comment section. Let us know how you're getting on, how your week's been, what you got up to over the weekend, how your training's going. It's a bit of an odd time for training. It'd be interesting to know kind of what your focus is, what you're doing for your training at the moment. Certainly, I've weirdly I'm very motivated with my training lately. I don't know why. I think it's all the Zwift racing, just gets you all fired up. Then we do this 5K challenge as well. Heather and myself are about to put out a vlog this weekend, updating you on our 5K challenge and how we're getting on. And then it's just 2 weeks left, and then we've got to post our potential new 5K PBs. I'm not sure that's going to happen for me, but I'll give it my best shot. Someone asking about Sweet Spot FTP Zone 5. Sweet Spot is just below your FTP, so a little bit easier than your FTP. On an effort level scale, we'll sort of look at this as like Sweet Spot's a 7 to an 8 out of 10. FTP somewhere around 8 to 9. and then zone 5 to 9 to 10 out of 10 for the duration of time we're doing it for. The sweet spot is, well, for a well-trained athlete, a pro athlete, sweet spot might not be far off their intensity for a half Ironman. FTP might be more like a Olympic distance intensity, and then zone 5, well, maybe a sprint distance or maybe just chasing your mates uphill. All right, coming into the last 45 seconds of this warm-up, then we're into that 5 minutes at sweet spot, somewhere around a 7 to 8 out of 10. Got lots of people still joining in, it's brilliant. Those that are only just tuning in, we've got a sweet spot, FTP and zone 5 session tonight. We're starting in 20 seconds, starting with 5 minutes at sweet spot, then into 2 minutes recovery spin. Okay, let's get ourselves ready for this. The trick here is not to go out too hard in this 5 minutes, just kind of build into it. Okay, 2, 1, give that up a gear, a couple of gears there. There we go. Try and find that rhythm quickly. Okay, sort of suggest trying to get a cadence somewhere around 80 to 90 RPM. If you can go higher, fantastic. Just try not to go lower than 80. I tend to sit somewhere personally in that like 85, 87 bracket. Seems to be sort of my go-to cadence. Brilliant work, everyone. Hopefully you're settling in there. Just sort of try to find a nice rhythm. Just settle down, relax. Try and let your upper body relax. Just think about the legs working. It's funny when we do these kind of efforts, you worry so much about the effort that you just tense up, actually wasting energy elsewhere. So just focus on the legs, pumping that power down through the pedals. Brilliant work, everyone. All right, over a minute and a half down, 3.5 minutes to go. I bored everyone to death on my explanations of sweet spot and FTP before, but I'll do it again just for any new viewers. But your FTP, let's start with that one. Your FTP is your functional threshold power. That's the maximum or the best power that you can sustain for an hour, 60 minutes. And sort of is quite a big sort of go-to benchmark number for cyclists and triathletes, because it's the point at which you start to produce lactic acid and start to produce it at such a rate that your body can't get rid of it as quickly. So that's why it's so valuable. It's that tipping point. So we can try and push that FTP up higher. That's obviously fantastic. So doing intervals at and around our FTP are really good for boosting it up. So FTP intervals, obviously brilliant, but if you want to sustain longer periods of time at that kind of intensity, but maybe not quite at it, that's where the sweet spot intervals come in. It's just below FTP by ever so fraction, and that just allows you to rack up a really big amount of time at that effort level, and therefore helping to bump that FTP up. It's not to say you shouldn't do the efforts above FTP either, they're still very valuable, but sweet spot is fantastic in that sense. Brilliant work, everyone. Minute 25 remaining on this, and we're into 2 minute recovery. Stick out this. try and stay with that rhythm. All right, just under a minute remaining. Fantastic work, everyone. It's a long old interval. Our longest one yet on these evening commutes? Maybe, I think so. Right, 20 seconds remaining. Then I expect you all to get involved in the comments. Let me know how you're getting on. Got 2 minutes recovery after this. Let's have a chat. All right, 7 seconds remaining. All right, there we go. 2 minutes recovery. Brilliant work. Okay, so just spin the legs over somewhere around 4 out of 10 intensity. Just let the legs recover. Keep them moving there. Don't completely back off. Triathlon addict saying, why is it that when I finish a training session, GCN is just starting one? Well, firstly, we're GTN. We are both GCN and GTN putting up indoor workouts at the moment in the evening. So great to have you all along. If anyone's got any questions, please drop them in the comments. I can answer them as we're going. It distracts me from the pain as well, which is brilliant. Yeah, just any training questions, coaching questions, questions about what me, Heather and Fraser are up to, my favourite colour, I don't know, whatever you want. I don't have a favourite colour actually, so that's a bad question to ask. Hey, 30 seconds remaining. Someone's learned from their mistake. They got the towel ready under their turbo to catch the sweat. Yeah, probably learned the hard way after last week's session. Okay, 12 seconds remaining. Okay, we're into an FTP interval, 2.5 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Right, let's bump up. Oliver asking about getting into triathlon, really wants to, but doesn't really have the money to purchase a bike and other expensive gear due to age. Any suggestions? Yeah, I do. If you're not part of a local triathlon club already, I really would recommend joining one, and you'd be amazed at how friendly the triathlon community is. I borrowed my first bike for about a year, allowed me to get into sport, figure it out, and borrowed my first wetsuit. Then I bought it off them for next to no money. It was terrible, had holes in it everywhere. Also, don't get hung up on everything being the best. Honestly, I used to train in and race in the most embarrassing kit, but hey, that feels even better when you go and beat people on a bog standard bike when they're on all the fancy gear. So yeah, that would be my suggestion. Join the triathlon club, you'll be amazed who steps in and tries to help you out. Oh, that's my it's all going down. It's a sign. As you prefer it there anyway. It looks quite nice. It's because I'm laying down so much power, it's all the vibrations in the house. That wall's shaking. If only you could hear it. 40 seconds. This is a hard effort. And I'm trying to answer questions. All right, I might save the questions for the end of this one. Okay, 25 seconds remaining. Okay, last 10 seconds. We're into the last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant work. Quickly answering some questions here. Keith asking about second session in the week. Don't have a second bike workout, but we do have a run workout on Thursday with Heather. Unfortunately, she's injured at the moment, but she is trying to do what she can to keep them going. Connor, the grind continues. Yes, it does. I'm just getting started with cycling. What are the main things you do to properly get started? First things first, as like a very basic level, and I imagine you might be past this point, would be just ride your bike, enjoy it. Like, that is the beauty of cycling, being able to get out and about. Obviously tricky at the moment. As soon as lockdown and things do ease off, I'd really recommend just getting out and enjoying, exploring. Well, the bike at the moment, just on the indoor trainer, if that's what you're doing, just get some time in the saddle, enjoy it. Don't do anything too structured too often. Save that for further down the line when you're getting really stuck into trying to improve your performance. Someone asking how we're getting on with the 5K challenge. We are just approaching the end of week 6, so just 2 weeks remaining. We will update this weekend how it's all going. We've got a lot of drama this weekend, so tune into that video. Right, we've got 20 seconds remaining. This one's a tough effort now. 1 minute 15 at zone 5. Hopefully nothing else falls down in my house during this one. All right, 10 seconds. I'm actually a bit nervous about this one. 1 minute 15 seconds at zone 5. Basically a 9 or 10 out of 10. Right, let's go. Okay. 50 seconds remaining. I'm struggling, hence the getting out of the saddle. 40 seconds. Come on, everyone, really work. $25 seconds. 15. Come on. This is the only zone 5 effort, so enjoy it. 5, 3, 2, 1. Ease up. 2 minutes. Steady. Just keep moving there. Someone asking what training software this is. It's not actually training software, I'm afraid to say, but I will tell our editors what fine work they've done if people think it's training software. It's actually just something we've built in-house at GTN and GTN, just for displaying the sessions. Normally we display it a little bit better than this, over the screen and all sorts, but this will do, given my rather basic evening commute indoor setup. Someone else asking about training off heart rate, whether they'd recommend that. Yeah, absolutely. You've got to remember that everyone used to train off heart rate. Well, when heart rate came about, everyone trained off heart rate before power meters came up. The heart rate's brilliant. I still use it. Yeah, you can gauge your effort level. It has a slight lag to it, which is where power can be brilliant. But at the same time, heart rate tells you how hard your body's working. Maybe if there's any issues up, like you're getting out, anything like that. I've got just under 40 seconds remaining. Someone asked their crankset started clunking on their relatively cheap bike. Buy a new bike or fix with a new crankset. Is it the crankset? Is it the pedals or the bottom bracket? Check that first, because that can often be it. Grease up the pedals, get a new bottom bracket cut in, unless of course you're convinced they're not the issue. But I can't tell you how many times my creaking or cracking or whatever noise has been coming from the pedals. Right, we've got 2.5 minutes FTP again. Right, let's do this. Yeah, someone's saying big shout out to Joe Duckworth doing 10 Ironmans in 10 days. Yeah, that's fantastic. We've actually spoken about that on the show. Yeah, brilliant work. Sorry, I've gone a bit quiet. Right, brilliant work, everyone. 1 minute, 40 seconds remaining. Minute 25. Someone asking about running shoes. No idea what to get. Depends, do you know what your gait is when you run? Do you overpronate? Do you supinate? Do you have a neutral gait? Personally, I overpronate slightly, so I always have to get a shoe with a little bit of medial support. If that's yourself, I'll tell you from experience, obviously we are with On at the moment on the channel, and I've been loving their Cloud Surfer. It's actually a neutral shoe, but it almost does have a really good stability and support to it. Or the Cloud Stratus, that does have some support. That's brilliant shoe. Right, 30 seconds remaining. I actually did the Norseman wearing the Cloud Stratus. It's a well-cushioned shoe. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 2, 1. Ease up. 2-minute recovery. So we've got 5 minutes at Sweetspot. Just trying to read some of these comments and questions. What would you suggest for someone who's looking to get into triathlon? I have a bike, a treadmill, a turbo trainer. Whew. No pull for obvious reasons. Any advice? I don't know what to suggest. You've got everything. You've got a bike, you've got a treadmill, you've got a turbo trainer. That's amazing. Like I mentioned before, I can't really explain the value of joining a triathlon club anymore. It's fantastic. You can learn so much from being part of the club, getting involved in the community. If you're not part of the club already, I'd really recommend that. And then just finding some targets, some goals, making yourself a training program, or getting someone to write it for you. We've actually got some on our channel for sprint, Olympic, half, Ironman. So go and check out some of our videos. We can help you out a little bit with that. But yeah, that'd be my main thing to suggest, like, rather than just on like ad hoc training, just doing things as and when you feel like it. Actually planning a week out, having something that you feel accountable to, and you're focused and motivated to follow. I I know myself, like if I don't have a plan written out, I really struggle. Like things, a bike ride I might have maybe thought doing drifts back a couple of days, and you start moving things around. And then you end up training too hard for a few days in a row, and then you suffer because of it. So yeah, write a training plan, get nice and focused. Right, I've got 10 seconds remaining then to 5-minute sweet spot. This is the last block of intensity and effort this week. Okay, off we go. Starting it. Brilliant. Someone following our 10K program, 5 or 10K? Or maybe you are following our 10K video plan. Yeah, that's brilliant if you are. We've also got a 5K program going at the moment. So when you're done with your 10K program, you can follow our 5K program. We've got a downloadable PDF for those. How's everyone finding this week? I don't think this is as hard as other weeks. It's kind of like an uncomfortable effort, long and sustained, but our heart's not in our mouth. We don't feel like we're about to throw up this week. I know Conor Murphy said he rolled his ankle while trying to social distance from someone. So he's actually injured at the moment. I actually almost did that myself the other day. I could see that someone was really concerned about me coming anywhere near 2 meters to them. So I tried sort of running off road and almost put my foot down a rabbit hole. That's right, Brian. Tuesday ride with me, Thursday run with Heather. Right, 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Whew. Brilliant work. This is a sweet spot effort. So we're looking at somewhere around 7 to 8 out of 10. Try and keep that cadence at minimum at 80, not higher. I didn't put my fan on high enough this week. It's getting warmer. Right, under 2 minutes remaining. Get ready with your questions for the end of this effort, or if you're feeling okay, do it now, but I understand if you're focusing on your effort. Yeah, brilliant work, everyone. Keep up. Got 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining almost. Got around 16 minutes and 15 seconds of effort in today's session within a half an hour workout. So yeah, it's pretty good going. I see some chat about sports watches going on. I I might have missed the beginning conversation, but we at GTN we're partnered with Polar. I've actually been wearing their new watch, which is their adventure watch, which is really cool. I'm loving it. Just thought I'd say that. It's called the Grit. 15 seconds remaining. Yeah, just in case that's of interest. Only came out a week or two ago. All right, there we go. Got 3 minutes. Recovery, warm down. That's it for the session. Ping in your questions. Now, if you've got any, whatever they may be, training or non-training related. Will I do a review on the Polar Grit X? I've done a unboxing for it actually. Sorry, I lie. I did it in the show. I did a piece in the show about the watch and talked through some of the functions in it. But I have got a video coming up soon where we will be using it with a little bit more detail. So stay tuned for that. And I've got another couple of ideas in the pipeline that I'd like to do with it when we're out of this lockdown. But yeah, given the current limitations on kind of how far we can go, I'm hardly really able to push the boundaries in terms of adventuring with this. I will do soon. So I would say that one felt easier than last week. Yeah, it did. Last week was hard. Someone asking what indoor trainer I'm using at the moment. I've got the Elite Sweetspot. Yeah, I actually did a video on my indoor training setup. If you want to go watch that, that's kind of actually as I unboxed it and set it all up. Elite kindly sent it through to me. That's been great. I have got a Wahoo headwind, which is also cool. You can link them up to your heart rate monitor or to the kicker. So with the heart rate monitor, it will increase with intensity, and when it's linked with the kicker, they also do the same, but you can also set it to kind of real world situations. So if you're on Zwift and you're going downhill, the headwind will kick out more wind, which is really smart. I've not actually played with that myself. I just hit it on. What bike do I have? I'm on the Canyon Aeros here, the CFSLX. But I've got another couple sort of here to pick from. I've got the Felt TT, the IA, and then also the Canyon Speed Max. And then we've got a couple more kind of in our GTN lockup. Me and Fraser share a few. So yeah, again, only so many I can store here. But yeah, we'll end the session there. Okay, I'm just going to carry on spinning my legs for a little bit longer, answer some questions. But yeah, also got my BMC mountain bike here, which I love, but I haven't done any mountain biking for a while. Just because, again, current climate and trying to stay indoors on the bike. So I actually haven't been outdoors through all of this on the bike. Thanks everyone for joining in tonight. That was a cracking session. I'm relieved it wasn't as hard as last week, but I think we got a lot of value from that session. All right, I'm going to tune out there, guys. Thanks ever so much for joining me. Please come and join us again. Don't forget Heather's doing run-alongs on Thursday, and I'm doing these on Tuesday. It's been brilliant just getting everyone together, having a chat, answering some of your questions live to you, which is awesome. I love doing that. So yeah, thanks again, everyone. I'm going to sign out there. But yeah, have a great week.